the investment regulation?
Yeah.
Well, definitely over the last, I would say, decades, and not only the last months, Greece is trying to make the investment regulation more flexible. One of the problems that Greece had to face was like bureaucracy and investments, and maybe in other sectors as well. So I would say that there was a trend to change the law, make the law of investment more speedy, fast, and well, and effective at the same time. It's a long-standing, it is a problem which has raised under the lack of expertise of the political leadership, I would say all these years, regarding issues of management, ecosystems management. Like in Greece and in many other countries, the approach on how to manage an ecosystem was really fragmented, really sectoral. It was not an ecosystems-based approach, and this is like the last, like, let's say, so the state of art in environmental studies. And that was, as a result of this, we have many regulations imposing research projects, over research projects, and evaluations, over evaluations for the same ecosystem at the same time. For example, you have to manage a site which is called like a Natura 2000 site under the European Union regulation. And you protect the site because there is a lake there, and there are like some rare birds at the lake as well. So if you would like to really, according to the present regulation, to protect the site, you have to make one like scientific evaluation regarding the birds, another scientific evaluation regarding the negative impact of like pollution on the birds, another evaluation regarding like the water quality of the lake, another evaluation which never happens regarding the underground situation of the lake, and all these evaluations would take place over like many years. So you don't really take like a large-scale approach in order to have one single evaluation based on the ecosystem, you know, like to complete it in a reasonable period of time, and then to start the management of the site. But that was a problem that existed for many, many years and is still existent in Greek regulation right now. So we have really to consolidate our laws and create one single unique environmental law or environmental code, and then we have to consolidate all the international, European, and Greek legislation in like a very consistent, in a very consistent body of law. But then regarding energy, I would say that the problems are much more difficult, just because in order to move from the traditional model of energy to a low-carbon energy paradigm that we all hope for, we have to move many obstacles that are not only legal, or they're like rather systematic obstacles. They include like technical problems, they include issues of liberalization of the energy market that we have to do in Greece, so it's rather more complicated. Well, I think that the role of the young people is, first of all, the role of all the MPs. That means representing the people. Younger people are able to better represent their own generation, of course, and they have to. The only thing that really differentiates our role right now is a change in the notion of politics in general, meaning that we have moved from like old-fashioned politics to contemporary politics that are more science-based, or should be more science-based and more complex. And the issues that we're facing are not like local or like national issues, but they are like very much interconnected with issues from other countries or like global issues themselves. That means that the new generation in politics, no matter if it is like really young in age or like middle-aged or whatever else, but new politicians, they have to be very well educated in many technical issues. They cannot really rely on their experts only. They have to hold expertise themselves, not expertise in detail. But you cannot really be a politician today and not having your own idea about whether you would like to let genetically modified organisms in your own country or not. You have to be really informed about like these very important issues. And you have to be informed about the whole, let's say, so global governance in many sectors, such as in trade. You cannot really be a politician that the first time that have heard about IMF is when the government decided to sign the memorandum of the IMF. You should have known in advance so as to have your own opinion about this. And of course, I would say that one of the key sectors that young politicians are able to better contribute is about employment, because we're like more in touch with contemporary trends and what is going on with employment. So we're able to open up new issues and open up new opportunities for people in new venues of employment. If your question was about corruption, and I guess that it might be, everybody thinks about that. I just hope that the new generation would be less vulnerable to corruption cases. I would say immune. I hope so. Well, these are two different issues. I would say that most of us, we were born in an era that the gender issue is not, at least in the Western world, is not a very strong issue. Personally, I never felt that I would like to be part of any feminist movement or anything else, just because in our generation maybe the environmental problems or other kinds of problems were like higher in the agenda. Maybe like the generation before us, they were like more sensitive in feminist issues. They have achieved many things, and right now we have like equality in many sectors of life. However, apart from this like very general comment, I would say that politics is still one of the sectors that we have not achieved, like women have not achieved everything that they should achieve and that they deserve. So just because it might be like more competitive, or just because sometimes women have to prove themselves many more times that the guy has to prove himself, like in politics or in very high level positions, also in the private market, I would say. But this is something that needs to change. So I would definitely urge all women that are interested to join politics, just because, as you said before, they might put like more different things in the agenda, like the priorities of the gender are like two different genders, they're different, and also they might contribute with different arguments. But apart from the issue of the gender, I would definitely focus on the issue of the participation of the younger generation into politics. I consider that to be a more crucial question, and of course, as part of the younger generation, I would definitely focus on the young women participating into parliament. So you're actually addressing two issues at the same time. And then I would definitely urge people that are really aware of current problems to get involved into politics, like people that have studies, or people that young people that have worked in the market, they know things. What I really want to say in politics is the representatives just not to be the same and the same people again, deriving from the same channels of power all the time. I just need to see like a renewal of the representative body. And I would like to come back again to the first answer that I said to you, that the first duty of the members of the parliament are to represent the people in general, whatever this means, wherever, like women, young people, all the sectors of society, like everybody.